İpek, merhabalar. Her zaman olduğu gibi Bloomberg International araştırma masasındayız. Bugünkü kazançları soracağız ve öne çıkan başlıkları konuşacağız. Caroline ile birlikte. Hi Caroline.
Hi.
How are you today?
Very well, thank you.
I can see the European equity markets enjoying the gains today.
They are.
We are awaiting the confidence votes from the Greek Parliament. And yesterday, what happened, just to have an idea, Barroso said the second bailout to Greece, no to this bailout. Not yet, because they have to have tougher measures.
Precisely.
And for austerity measures and to put their finances in order.
Out.
Yeah, it is. And now we have some M&A stories, and in general the stocks up. Let's begin with the stocks.
Stocks up. So 18 out of your, well now, yeah, 17 out of your 19 industry groups here in Europe are higher. The only two that are falling are healthcare and food and beverage. And what's dragging the food and beverage industry down is SAB Miller. SAB Miller is the second biggest beer brewer in the entire world, Kubra, and it's down about 2.9% at the moment. That's the lowest in 3 months, biggest faller on the stock 600, all on the back of this news about mergers and acquisitions with Foster. They put in a bid for the Australian brewer Foster's, a $10 billion bid that Foster's has turned down. Now analysts are feeling that SAB Miller's still going to be in line for buying Foster's. In fact, they say they're continuing to seek an engagement, but they're going to have to raise their bid. They're going to have to pay out more money. At the moment, they offered about 8% premium, 8% more in terms of share price for Foster's than where it closed yesterday. Well, the average, Kubra, over the past 5 years has been a 13% premium. So room to increase their bid. And as Citigroup analysts put it, they say that Foster's doesn't need a deal. They've been doing quite well, thank you very much. So they're only going to accept a deal if it's a knockout price. So investors are therefore concerned that SAB Miller may have to end up overpaying for Foster's, but it's helping the rest of the food and beverage unit. We've got Heineken up, AB InBev, two big brewers. They're both on the rise on the back of more, potentially more mergers and acquisitions throughout the industry.
Dutch group Heineken is also up. And when we have a look at the leisure and hotel brands, Whitbread, thanks to the sales figures, we know Whitbread from Premier in hotels to Costa Coffee.
Yeah, they're very dominant in the UK in terms of hotels, but they're also international. They have more than 600 budget hotels, one in Dubai, one in India. Costa Coffee as well, I was interested to know that they're in 25 different countries. And really the company is showing increase in sales, up 1.7% in terms of like-for-like. That's helping the shares as much, up more than 6% this morning. That's one of the biggest gainers here in Europe. They did say they were adversely affected by the royal wedding and by the longer Easter break in the UK, because of course that meant we were staying at home and perhaps drinking more champagne than we were coffee at the time. But overall, they say their first quarter sales are consistent with their outlook, and they're also going to see a continuing amount of growth. Look out for their restaurants unit, though. They do own chains such as Beefeater, and they've said London's doing very well, but if you go into the provinces, well, they say that really the market's more difficult there, less casual dining really going on in general.
I see. And how about the deal in Macy's? Is it also?
Yeah, a little bit extra M&A for you this morning. We got some signs of that this morning. Macy's is a relatively small company here in the UK. It provides software to financial industries, and we understand that they've received a preliminary approach from another company. It may or may not lead to a deal. We don't know which company is doing the buying. Actually, back in June, Jefferies Group, a group of analysts, said that they named some potential suitors. They said that the like of Infosys, HCL, Tata Consultancy Services, these are really big Indian information companies, IT companies, they may well be looking to bid for Macy's. That sent the shares up as much as 10% at one point. They're now up 8.4%. But to put it in context, this is a company worth £1.4 billion, not quite the $10 billion deal that we're seeing for Foster's at the moment, but still interesting to note that there is appetite for this particular company.
And just have a last check. I don't know how to pronounce again. Saint-Gobain.
Saint-Gobain.
It's a French building material group.
It is building supplier
and it's
company.
all about the IPO story. So what is this story? Tell me.
This is a bit of a negative spin to what we've been seeing over the past few weeks. The Greek contagion, the volatility in the market. Well, it's putting off off new share sales. Saint-Gobain has had to pull its initial share sale of its packaging unit called Veralia, and they've said market uncertainty, volatility. It was looking to raise about 785 million euros, but they've had to postpone that at the moment.
Caroline Hyde, thank you very much for joining
Pleasure.
us. Evet, her sabah ya da her öğlen olduğu gibi Caroline Hyde bizlerle birlikteydi. Bloomberg International araştırma masasında Yunanistan güven oylamasını beklerken piyasalardaki yükselişi konuştuk. Şimdi söz tekrar İstanbul'da.